Can we eat?
Yep, it's going.
Yeah, eat it and do whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, my name is Katie Storch, and this is my speech on surviving in the wilderness. Okay. What comes to mind when you think about survival? Is it Tom Hanks in Castaway, or is it Les Stroud from Survivor Man? An article written by P. Thomas from the Los Angeles Times claimed that hiking is one of the most common activities that require search and rescue assistance and results in the most fatalities. It's a common pastime for many people, including myself. I love to hike, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. Getting lost and losing your sense of direction is experienced by hikers of all skill levels. I have been in situations where I have had to spend the night unplanned. Being able to stay alive in the wild requires believing in yourself, having a clear mind, and knowing survival techniques. Today I will be telling you about the techniques you need to know when surviving in the wild. These include building a shelter, building a fire, and finding food and water. Now let's shift our focus to a scenario where you are lost in the wild with just the bare necessities most backpackers have: a knife, a water bottle, and a flint like this one. You are lost and with only a couple hours till dark. When you realize that you are lost, Bear Grylls, a survival expert, says, "Panic never helps you, just take a step back and breathe. Time spent in preparation is good time. Think things through." Take his advice, take your time, because we need to build a shelter. A shelter provides a positive attitude, good morale, and a good night's sleep. It keeps you warm in the winter and dry in the summer. It protects you against wild animals and insects as well. You need to take into account how much light is left into the day when building your shelter. In the winter, your shelter should be more compact but not suffocating. In the summer, it should protect against the elements. When building your shelter, look for land features like protruding rock edges and make it near water and food invisible for rescue. To build your shelter, collect plant material and extra wood. There are two types of shelters: a debris hut and a lean-to. A debris hut can be made under a fallen tree or undergrowth. A lean-to is made with making many different kinds of materials, but you need a wooded area, a knife, and a lot of time. Once your shelter is built, now we need to focus on building a fire. First things first is you need tinder and kindling. Tinder can be any dry plant material, like these leaves. And kindling is small sticks and twigs to get your fire going. You need a dry area to build your fire, and there are various ways to build your fire structure. There's a teepee style, a log cabin, a lean-to style, and a cross stitch. You need additional sticks to keep your fire fueled, and now we need to actually light the fire. Let's say, for instance, that we don't have means to light our fire. So there are two popular and practical ways: a bow and drill and a fire plow. Both of these methods use friction to make fire and require oxygen, patience, and practice. Now that our shelter is built and our fire is going, we need to find food and water. Tree and plant life is a good indication that we can find water. Keep your water in any container that you can find, and always make sure that you filter your water. Never directly drink from your source of water, as you could get Giardia lamblia and you can be sicker than a dog, which is a bad thing when you're surviving. Now we need to collect our food. There are many edible plants in the wild, like dandelions, and you can eat the flower and the leaves, or there's And that's if you're really desperate for food because it provides nutrition. If you're not completely sure what plant it is, don't eat it. Now we have completed 3 essential steps in order to survive in the wild. We can appreciate the fact that although the wild is beautiful, it is very deadly and unforgiving. Knowing basic steps of building your shelter, fire, food, and finding your food and water can save your life. When you catch yourself on a breathtaking hike in the wilderness, remember these steps, be confident, and don't get stressed, as these can save your life. Are there any questions?